Hi, third graders. You just listened to a story called 100 Hungry Ants. And in that story, those 100 ants rearranged themselves into different lines. They were trying to get to the picnic really quickly, so they were a very long line, and they said, let's get to the picnic faster. Let's divide ourselves into two lines. And they divided 100 into groups of two and made two lines of 50. And then the littlest ant said, hey, we'll get to the picnic much faster if we divide into three lines. So then they rearranged their 100 ants into three lines, right? So I'm going to play a game called Line 'em Up. And we are going to do some division. So I want you to imagine that picnic story that we just read. And imagine that there were 16 ants marching in line, and they were trying to get to that picnic very quickly. So I have 16 tiles. As I play this game, I would like you to go ahead and grab some manipulatives that you can work with. Maybe they're buttons or coins, but get a pile. So go ahead and pause. Go grab what you need. You need a pile of, let's say, like at least 35 items. Okay, so go ahead and pause. Okay, hopefully you're back with your pile of manipulatives. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 squares, and those are going to represent my ants. Okay, so my 16, let's see. Those ants are marching to the picnic, and they're trying to get there really fast. And they said, one long line of 16 is much too long. It'll take us way too long to get to the picnic. If we march in one long line, it won't even all fit on my screen because it's so long. So let's divide into two. Okay, so they rearranged themselves and they said, okay, let's say 16 divided by 2. One in this line, one in this line, one in this line, one in this line. We're going to divide them into two groups. Okay, let's see. Those 16 ants divided into two groups gave me, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ants in each line. Their line was much shorter. Then the littlest ant at the back said, hey, we won't get there fast enough. Let's make our lines even shorter. Let's march to the picnic in, you guessed it, 3 equal lines or 3 lines. So they rearranged themselves and they said, okay, 3 lines, 3 lines. One here, one here, one here, one here. And we're dividing those ants into 3 equal lines. Go ahead and use your buttons or pennies or manipulatives to move the 16 into 3 equal lines. Okay, oh, and I have one left over. So those 16 ants, if I put one here, then one line wouldn't be longer than the other. So we're just going to say that there's one left over, saying, what about me, right? So 16 divided into groups of 3 gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ants in each line. And this R here stands for remainder. So the remainder means how many are left over that didn't fit into the equal groups. How many are there, boys and girls? Yep, you guessed it. There's one remaining or one left over. And then the littlest ant at the back said, hey, Our lines are much too long. Let's rearrange into groups of, you guessed it, 4. So all the ants scampered around and said 4 equal lines. Okay, so we're gonna have 16 ants divided into groups of 4. Go ahead and get your ants into 4 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they're all gonna line up behind one another. Hurry so they can get to the picnic quickly. Okay, how many are in? This is one line. This is another line. How many are in each line? So 16 divided by 4 gave you 4 ants in each line. Were there any remaining? Nope, there were 0 remaining. Okay, and then the ants in the back said, hey, what about me? I'm gonna get to the picnic last. Let's rearrange our lines into 5 equal lines. So we're gonna go ahead and rearrange all the ants scampered about. I'm gonna fold this back so I have a little more space on my paper, or on my page. 5 equal lines. So 16 divided into 5 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many are in each line now? 2. And I still have some left over. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there are how many in each line? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right. So if I took 16 and divided them into 5 groups, I was going to get 3 in each group. But there's a remainder. The R stands for remainder. How many are left over? Oh, there's one little ant remaining. Okay. Okay, so let's see. If I made that an equation, I could check my work by saying, okay, 5 times 3 was 15. And then I had 15 total plus 1 more remaining would give me 16. So I know I did it right. 16 divided by 5 was 3 with a remainder of 1. Okay, that little ant in the back said, hey, what about me? We're going to get to the picnic much too late. So let's rearrange into 6 groups, 6 lines. You guessed it. Okay, let's rearrange. Let's see. Okay, here they go. 6 lines. 1, 2. Make sure you're rearranging with me. 3 lines. 4 lines. 5 lines. 6 lines. Okay. Then all these ant friends are going to get in line behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's 4 left over. If I split those up, would they be fair, even lines? No. So I have 16 divided by 6 gave me 2 in each line. And 3rd graders, what was my remainder? There was a remainder of 4. Nice job. Okay, so when you play this game, you're going to use this paper on the Google slide, and you are going to use the manipulatives to create this simulation, although it won't be with 16. Okay, I'll use 16 as the first example, but then you will have different numbers up here. So maybe yours will say 24 or 35 ants. And you're going to have to divide those ants, the 24, into groups of 2, or into 2 lines, then rearrange into 3 lines, into 4 lines, 5, 6 lines. Maybe this one's 35, okay? And you'll divide those 35 ants. You'll need 35 buttons or pennies, and divide them into 2 lines and see how many are in each. And if there's a remainder, take those 35 and divide them into 3 lines. So this is a pretty fun game. I want you to try it and fill out the Google slide and see if you can figure out how many ants would be in each line and what the remainder would be. Enjoy, have fun.